Now, I just sent it. We are live.
All right, live.
Now I gotta. One thing I hate about this desk, it's super high. I'm just gonna stand.
All right. Hear that, everybody? Give Brody a second. He's got to get a little higher.
That definitely did not come out wrong.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Let's hear. I'm trying to find.
Pop out the chat so I can chat. All right, great. What is going on, everybody? Channa D, the Techno Dad.
That's what's going on, guys. Let us know. Say hi, guys. Let us know where you're from.
Let's talk about it.
Let's
talk this tech. Let's before we get into it, why don't you tell everyone, and then I'll go after you, Brody. When did you realize you were into this technology stuff? Like, how old were you? How young were you, I guess?
So this is gonna be literally all right. So when I was little, when I was in high school, I wanted to be a police officer. I went through the, during high school, like they had like this classes for to be a police officer, and I had records for the obstacle course. I had records for the bike, and then I decided yeah, this is not for me. So I went into like this, computer school, and I just fell in love with computers and everything. And even when I was little, dude, I tore apart everything, all my toys, and figured out how they work. And I had tons of remote control cars, and I tore them all apart. And, I just always loved how everything worked. And I think with technology, it's bringing us closer. It's just the complete future, obviously. And it's just interesting on how seeing all this just new stuff and just how fast it's growing. It's just unbelievable. And, I love that about tech. It's nonstop. You're learning something every day. What about you, dude?
Well, that's actually kind of the same. I was always tinkering with stuff. Anytime I got a computer and I was like bored, I would just take it apart and then put it back together. Just be like, oh, that was pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. Radio control cars.
It just makes sense.
Yeah, radio control cars, same thing. I actually had an older brother that bought all those kits, yeah, like the Tamiya, the RC10, the Bigfoot. He had a whole bunch. So like I would help him build stuff like that, and then I had, my mom had her get me one for one of my birthdays, and it took me about a week to put together the whole car, and then when I was bored, I would go and like launch it off a ramp, and it would break, and be like, oh, let's go to the hobby store and get new parts, and then let's go fix
That's awesome.
So yeah, man, those things, like that thing got up to like 30 miles an hour. It was pretty crazy. So
I still have tons of my remote control cars, gas powered ones, and I put one that had an engine in it. And my sister's a police officer, so she brought out her gun, and it goes up to like 70, 75 miles per hour is what I got it to. Just straight down the street. This thing's wow. Dude, this thing exploded.
So we got James in the chat here. He said,
"Thanks, man. Thanks for the subscribe, dude. I really appreciate it, dude. So what we're gonna be doing, me and Channa, we're gonna do this once a month so far. And I mean, we don't really know exactly what date it's gonna be. Always constantly be on. I don't think we're going to, because our schedules are just, it's pretty hectic. I work for Dell. He does like, I don't know, 500 jobs.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's kind of hectic. So we are going to do this once a month. Today we're going to be talking about the CES of 2019, what we're going to expect, what we're going to think, all that stuff. We're going to talk tech and, answer any questions from you guys. And we appreciate you guys subscribing to our channels and joining.
For sure. Yeah. So CES is starts in just about a month, on January 8th through 11th, Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll be there. I hope to get in on Monday, I believe. And man, is it pricey? Holy crap!
What did it go up to?
Well, I mean, the hotel itself is like $2,600 for like 6 nights.
Are you serious?
And that's the stratosphere. So it's and that's all I'm paying it all out
What?
of pocket. So I had to like save up. A lot of my DJ money is going to that from this summer. So kind of broke right now. But you know,
Yeah, 'cause
by
I was so mad I couldn't go. I was like, man, I was like, well, hopefully next year. What kind of sucks is like you have VidCon and then you have CES. It's like really close to each other. And it's like, yeah, I want to go to that, but that's a lot of money.
well,
And then I want to go to CES. That's a lot of money.
well, I think as far as like where we're at in all this, I really don't think VidCon is like that big of an issue. I think more it's about getting to the new tech and getting all those videos up about
Yeah,
the new tech that's
true.
actually going to be more beneficial for you or me or whatever where we're at right now. Like I don't go to too many of those conventions for like YouTube or videos except for Vid Summit because that's all about learning on how to actually grow the channel. Of course, it's also easier that I live in California as opposed to like you in New York, where you know you have to fly, and that's another additional
Oh yeah,
expense. But yeah, for sure, we should get you
that's
in there.
flying over there.
All right, so what's the
Yeah, well,
coolest
the
thing?
thing is, like, like, what? Go ahead.
What's the cool? All right, what did you find out? What's the coolest thing? What are you looking forward to for CES 2019?
Well, okay. So I was going to tell you when you go there to try these people. So there's some. It's called Voice. VOIZ. They came out with this like table speaker, and it has a built-in Alexa, and it's very nice. There's going to be 3 models. You're going to have the VR60, the VR70, and the VR80. And they're calling the radios called AI radio. And it has built in with Alexa. And, they have the 3-inch speakers. And it's made out of this like bamboo looking old style kind of speaker. It's really
Right.
neat looking. And in the middle, it looks like the Alexa almost kind of, but it has a blue ring and everything. So it kind of gets that old classic, but also new kind of thing. I thought it was really neat. And in the front is, you have this nice little soft mesh kind of. The AI radio, which is called the AI Radio Paco VR60, that's going to be a vertical speaker, and that's going to have one speaker. It's 3 inches speaker. It's going to have one. It's going to be the AI Radio Uno VR70, which that one's going to be the horizontal speaker, and that's going to be the same. It's going to have that one speaker. They're saying both single speakers, mono units that can be connected to a separate sold speaker to make that stereo sound.
Wow.
And then the third one's going to be the AI Radio Duo, which is the VR80 built in 2 3-inch speakers and 2-channel amplifier for the stereo sound. So, I looked at the Facebook and they must be a new company or coming up here soon. I also got their booth, so I might send you that stuff, send you like an info to see if you could go stop over there. But it looks really nice. I'm actually kind of curious on how to see it. It looks very elegant, very slick design. So I thought that was really neat that, had that built-in Alexa, because so you can look up Spotify, all that stuff just from right there.
And then play it from the speaker itself. I mean, all that Alexa integration is huge. I know with the new Denon AV receivers, the new 500 series, they have the 400 series, like the one I have in for review, has Alexa support, but the 500 series, it has way more Alexa skills. So that's what like people are, because those AV receivers can, they can support Tidal, Spotify, Deezer. I don't even know what it's always on there. Deezer. I'm like, who uses Deezer? And like all kinds of other music streaming apps that I usually do Pandora, Spotify, Tidal. Those are the 3 that I just subscribe to it just so I can test the functionality in the receiver.
I've never done Tidal.
Oh, Tidal's like the high quality one.
Oh, really? I'm gonna have to check that out. I never checked them out. I have this membership with Spotify and just always used it, and That's the one I always went to. I had Pandora, but I was just like, I don't know. I walked away from Pandora and went over to Spotify. I don't know. I just feel like Spotify was just better.
Well, you know, as far as, I mean, they're two totally different things. Like if I'm, you know, if I just want to hear an album or whatever, I'll go to Spotify or Tidal, right? Depending on what device I'm on. Do I need like hi-fi audio streaming if I'm just using my phone? Probably not. But if I'm using hi-fi streaming in my living room, then I'll go to Tidal. But you know, if on my phone, I'll go to Spotify. But for like times when I'm playing Call of Duty and I don't want to listen, I don't want to pick music, like when I'm playing a video game or whatever, it's Pandora. You know? And something with the remote control really close by, so you can just hit fast forward if you don't like that shit.
Goodbye. See ya. Yeah, Spotify has also, I like some of their podcasts, and some of them are I think on Pandora too. But it's weird. Some of them will be on Spotify, but not on Pandora. You'd think as if you have your own podcast, you'd probably want to be on as many, you know, sites or whatever applications that you could possibly can get to for a podcast. You would think, but some are not on there. Like I always watch, listen to Views there with David Dork there. That kid's just hilarious, dude. If you've never watched his YouTube channel or just any of his podcasts, it's funny, dude.
Which one? Who is it called?
Back. And
oh no,
his podcast is called just Views. You probably see a lot of YouTubers wear it, like Casey Neistat wears the hats of Views and stuff like that. That's from David.
Very cool.
Another one I'm really excited to see is the Nvidia GeForce RTX graphics card for the laptops. They were actually said they were going to try to do that last year, and then I think they ran into some hiccups. So I think this time is where they're really going to show it off and kind of show about the whole laptops there. I mean, laptops are getting crazy too. I mean, well, especially with tablets, like look at that app there. That's nuts. It can, people are saying it can replace your computer. It can, depending on who you are. But for me, I don't think it really could. But
well, I actually have an appointment with Nvidia at CES on Wednesday night to go to
there you go.
I'm reading it right now. Nvidia is inviting content creators like yourself to check out their gaming suite. So there's a suite at the Wynn Hotel with the latest Nvidia GeForce Now and Shield gaming setups.
This is exactly why I hate you. Right here, you get to do all the cool stuff.
Well, hey, man, this is just 2 years in, man. I'm pretty stoked.
No, you deserve it, dude. Trust me, dude. See whatever you can do with Nvidia if you can, man. That company is the best. Like their graphics card is just unbelievable, man. And on a laptop, the one that they're saying is it's literally supposed to be like really good. The RT there.
Yeah, like I think the one that's in the Shield is supposed to be like an 80 on the go, kind of.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, I haven't really gotten into all of the, streaming my game from my, my computer here to upstairs in the living room, but it's a cool feature. I have a 1080 Ti 11 gigabyte in my capture PC here. So
a bit, I'm going through trying to create a new PC, and I'm like trying to go between, am I going to create a custom build PC or I'm going to go to a laptop? And dude, I'm stuck in a lot of things. I'm going to probably spend $2,000 on a new build. But what are you looking for? What are you excited to see at the CES? Because you're going. What's your goal there? What are you going for?
I'm trying to see what's actually happening with HDMI 2.1. I'm really curious to see what's going on. You mentioned before we started the live stream about Samsung's 8K TV.
Yes.
Here's the problem. Oh, hold on. Okay, right here. Okay, you see this? This is Oblivion 4K UHD disc. Okay. These things are made on a quadruple layer Blu-ray, right? So it's nothing different than Blu-ray. Just have to have the different. It spins at a different speed, right? It spins faster, right. And you need a different laser to pick it up. But this can hold 100 gigabytes. most of these movies nowadays are like 80 or 90 gigabytes in 4K. So what kind of delivery system are they going to have for 8K? Everybody always says 8K's on its way. 8K's on its way, but is it really on its way?
It's gonna take a while. Be honest
Right.
with you.
I mean, like what? TV broadcasts are still in 720p.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 1080i if you're lucky, but there are
pay attention to it.
There are some whatchamacallit? God, what am I just totally lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
8K TVs and how they're on 4K. Well, no, they're on 720p.
Oh, right. And so like there are some that are doing okay, like the Olympics would broadcast in 8K, but nobody has anything to see it. However, the theory or the idea is if it's shot in 8K, everything down the line just looks better, whether you're watching on 4K or 1080i or 720p. So, it's one of those things where it's just like the technology's there, just nothing is catching up. And I don't know about you, but I'm not about to spend $10,000 on a TV.
Oh no, not yet. You don't really want to? I mean, if you do, you can send one to me. And so you gotta send one to our viewer here.
I know. James is asking about IMAX content. And I think and the other couple of people that are in here, I'll pose a question to you guys also. Like, what are you looking for in CES? What new tech are you thinking about? Lay it down in the comments or in the chat box, and we can talk about it. Now, I don't know if you know, Brody, but IMAX is a new like audio and video, and not a format, but like experience, I guess, that they debuted in September at Cedia, which is like a home integrator, meaning like home theater, like actual home theaters, like big rooms, big, $20,000-$30,000 projectors. And basically it's like bringing the IMAX experience home, and it's called the IMAX Enhanced. So you would need a new TV that can support it. You need a projector that can support it. One of the new AV receivers like the Denon 500 series or the Marantz 13 series, and then content. You need a disc that has it. And I got a demo in September, and it was cool, but I don't know if that cool is like worth the price. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, they were using a standard 7.2.4 Atmos configuration or DTSX configuration, but they were using a $30,000 Sony projector and a new like $5,000 Marantz processor. So like we're talking a lot of money here.
Yeah. The IMAX thing is going to be, by the sounds it's going to be nuts. And like you said, compared to like home theater stuff, I don't know as much compared to, you do, but like, geez, like you said, $10,000. Wow. Like, for give an example, like, was it like kind of like more like a home theater, like a really big home theater kind of thing? Or what is that like that type of thing?
I mean, it's like you have a dedicated room, like a large room. Like,
so it's like, like at like celebrities, how they sometimes they have that one room and it's like has the recliners and like the movie theater, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. They have like the movie furniture, like 2 or 3 rows of, actual, big leather seats and stuff like that. It's just, I honestly think that sometimes it's just a little too much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's just too much. Like, do we really need all this? And that's kind of like how I feel about the whole 8K thing. Like, there's no delivery service. They would actually have to come up with a new type of disc. Oh,
but yeah. Well, we all know that's gonna come here real soon. We know that. Or, everything's moving so fast. Like I was saying earlier, everything's literally moving so fast. It's like once you get one thing, you're just out of date already. You know what I mean? Like they already planned it out. Like they have, all right, next year we're doing 9K.
Yeah. Look at James. He says he would need someone to support him.
Probably. I'm the same. I'm with you, James. I'm completely with you. Actually, I'm gonna get my girlfriend home, babe. But yeah, that's and then I mean, so that I mean 8K. I saw that Samsung was going to do. They're gonna show like a 4K transparent kind of TV kind of thing. Did you hear about that?
Well, I know OLED is like you can fold it and roll it. So LG like debuted that a few years ago. That's not like a new thing. And
Right,
they
with the I
clear
saw
one as
some
well.
picture.
Yeah, they did a
Well, I
clear
saw
one.
some. Go ahead.
Well, I'll take a drink too.
Cheers.
James is saying, "Here we go. Got to buy all new gear again." Yeah, I don't. It's like I said in a couple of videos. You can't worry about what's coming up if you already have something, or you can't worry about it because let's say if your TV broke, or like let's say you just bought a TV, right? You bought that Sony X900F, and imagine if you're like, well, 8K is coming in like 2 months. Should I just wait? Like, let's say if your TV broke and you needed a TV, what are you going to do? You're going to wait, or are you going to buy? You're going to buy, right? So you just kind of have to buy what you buy at the time that you need to buy, and then just kind of roll with it. That's pretty much it, At least get like 5, 6, 7 good years out of it, and then call it quits after that.
So you know how you were setting, how you're telling me like, oh, we need to set up the TV still for you, and I've been meaning to call you, just been so busy on how to finish those setups on that thing. It's just, well, I'll be honest with you, I haven't had really much chance of actually sitting down and watching the TV. I mean, well, I watched yesterday or day before Westworld on there. I don't know, James, if you watch Westworld or seen it. Great, TV series.
Oh, dude, Westworld, man, awesome.
Oh, I know, it's my favorite show. I have one more episode, and I'm done with season 2. But this just, I mean, the picture quality on that is just amazing. You did a good job on telling me which one to go with, and we were going back and forth while we're driving in New York City. Well, should we get one of those? Like, I think it was like $500 ones. I was like, Channa knows what he's talking about. We're going with the Sony. And we just got, I mean, it was the best purchase, though, definitely. We have the Sonos soundbar underneath it.
Okay, cool.
So that was good. We didn't have to change anything. The Best Buy guy said we might have to reset it, but luckily he put a code or something on his end, which compared, they were able to work together.
Oh, did they come and install it or something?
Yeah, we ordered it from Best Buy, and they came in and they put up on the wall and just kind of the finish.
Oh, cool. That's right. You did send me a picture. I was like, oh, you got it up on the wall. Cool.
Oh yeah, I'm not putting no. But luckily, the bracket that we already had was able to support that, so we didn't have to buy a new bracket or anything. So that was a big plus. And now these TVs are lighter than ones that we had. So it's just, it
works.
So that was a huge plus.
It works. James says he's good with Atmos now, and Westworld is awesome for sure. Oh man, I loved it. I love the what was it called? What was the like Shogun World or something like that? That was nuts. For people that thought Westworld was too tame, let's go into feudal Japan where people are cutting each other's heads off. That's
it's like that's hilarious. Yeah, I love it. And the other, have you watched? The other one that was good on that TV was Vikings. I watched a little bit of Vikings from the History Channel. That is really good. The graphics, the cinematography.
Haven't seen that.
You've never seen it?
No, not Vikings. No, because we get into our shows. Right now we're watching Designated Survivor, which is actually just a 1080p, but it looks fantastic on that Sony TV. Also looks good on my OLED, but pretty much anything's gonna look good on the OLED.
Nice.
And
I did. Go ahead.
And Sony just delivered an OLED today for me to review.
I don't like you. I don't. I told you this today. I seriously don't like you anymore.
I think
that's awesome. Which model is it?
It's the A8F. It's the one from CES last year. They debuted it, but they have a newer one, the A9F, which is what I really wanted them to send me, but I'm not big enough for that, clearly. So they sent me last year's
what they should have done is looked at your did you send them your watch time and views? Because they might have changed it there.
They already know who I am. When I went to, they invited me out to their debut of the TVs in New York, where they had Vincent from HD TV Test, Justine from iJustine. I don't know if you know her, but she's got like 5 million subscribers. They gave her one for free, obviously. So, but that's
going to be a big YouTuber.
5 million subscribers, 32,000, 5 million, 32,000. Big difference.
32. You got to 32 pretty quick. Like, remember I told you, you were at 20, and then I saw you do a giveaway for 25,000. After that, you did like a giveaway for 30 or something like that. I'm like, wait, wasn't it 2 weeks ago you were just at 25?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Oh, James asked, did they deliver to the right address the first time? Yeah, they did. And you know what? And James, it's only because it was freight. It was a freight company. So Sony sent it via freight. When you I don't know, Brody, if I told you this, but earlier in the year, FedEx, I bought 2 records. It was like $100 package. FedEx said they delivered it. They didn't deliver it to me. They delivered it to some other house, some other complex. And since I live in a ski resort, nobody was there. So I ended up having to spend another $100 to buy the records again because I needed them. And then 4 months later, somebody like the property manager of that complex came by and said, hey, these have been sitting at our complex for like 4 months.
What?
And I'm like, oh my God. And they totally, the company that sent me the records said, well, FedEx said they were delivered, so we can't just give you a new pair of records for free. So I had to pay for it again. So fast forward to now, like 2 weeks ago, no, last Monday. Yeah, last Monday, I had a $1,200 worth of music equipment coming in, and it got delivered to somebody else's house. And
oh my God, you're the worst luck.
Well, luckily this time somebody was there. And so she drove it to my house the very next day. She's like, this isn't mine. And
nice.
She's like, I opened it. And I was like, oh my God, this is clearly not something of mine. And she looked at the label and she's like, oh, this is like next door. So she was in the complex next door. And so I had to get on the phone with FedEx about it. Like, what is going on? If that guy just said it was delivered, and if there was no problems, then I'm out the $1,200 because you guys said it was delivered. Then, the music store I bought it from would be like, well, they said it was delivered. So it's out of our hands.
We have 3 packages in front of our house, but I don't know who they are. There's different name, has our address, different name. I'm just like, I don't know if I should open it. I'm like, yeah, I got something great, or just send it back. I was like, we left it out front, hoping that maybe, I don't know, FedEx would just take it. I don't know. Maybe we have to take it back to FedEx. I really don't know. It was just, it has somebody else's name but our address. I don't know.
Oh, that's pretty crazy, man. Like I'm really just it's just anyway. That's why, James. Need to open up a jar of whoop ass.
Let's see here. What I think is gonna be big also is the whole AirCharge there, the wireless charging system there.
Oh,
we have to plug into it.
Sure. The key.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be big. Fast. The AirCharge come out with a fast wireless charger with 10 watts, fast dual charger 10 watts, and a PS4 DualShock 4 wireless adapter. So I think 2019 is going to be I think you're going to start seeing a lot of those where you don't have to place your phone on a pad or hook it up. It's just in a certain radius, and you're going to start charging stuff. So that's pretty exciting to see.
Wow, like real wireless charging. Like it's in your pocket, and you're just like sitting 2 feet away, and it's going to start charging.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. And then I think. That's down the line where it's going to get so like the radius is going to get so much bigger where it's like you just walk in your house, you're already charging, but now watch, I guarantee this, somebody's going to come through just like with the Bluetooth headphones. It's bad for you. It like the radiation or something. I don't know.
Well, it is kind of weird. It is kind of weird. Something is in your pocket and something from a few feet away is electronic is giving it like energy. That is kind of weird. Okay, let's be real. Let's be real.
Don't you think? All right, we have so many people, billions and billions of people in this world. Don't you think all these signals and everything be going past all our brains? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So what are you saying? It's inevitable, right? right? Right?
Right.
Like we're gonna
Right.
get harmed either way. We might as well get harmed and have it help us.
I mean, everything's gonna kill us these days. Like literally everything. Organic food,
Yeah.
bad for you now.
Well, I mean, like, look, even James says that would be great. Tired of looking for charging cords. It's exactly right, man. Like, I have so many.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
my studio here is a mess of wires, and no matter how much like awesome like cable management I tried to do in, Jurex says, the FedEx debacle again. Yeah, sorry, man. Well, Sony delivered a TV today to my house to review, so this time there was no debacle, except I was asleep and there was about 2 inches of snow outside, and my wife had to go help the guy carry the 65-inch TV.
Wait, you have snow right now?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. We got like 4 feet of snow like 3 days ago.
Are you serious? How do you get more snow than I live in New York? We get snow like during summertime.
Dude, I live in California, man. Mammoth Mountain. Go here. Look, Google Mammoth Mountain.
Oh, right. You said you're in a ski resort, aren't you?
Yeah, I live in a ski resort. Not weather.
So you're definitely getting like the effects and everything. Oh, geez. You do get a lot of snow.
Yeah.
You picked like the long location of freaking California, dude.
Well, I mean, we used to come up here every weekend, and then we just kind of stayed. So that's kind of that's just kind of what happened.
Gotcha.
And luckily, we actually just got really good internet just a couple of years ago. Like literally, it was 5 megabits down and like 1 megabit up was the fastest you could get, and that was it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's a new. So guys, I'm from New York, upstate New York, so it's cold all the time. We got a new one here. I'm trying to pull it up here. The internet. It's called Greenlight, right? And it's all fiber optics instead of using like Time Warner Cable or Frontier stuff, like stupid stuff, right? Let's say for $50, you're getting 500 megabytes per second per month.
Download.
And you're doing pricing for 500 megabytes per second. You're only paying $50 a month. That's it.
That's nuts.
Yeah, they're like, and it's all fiber. It's nuts.
Upload should be pretty good too, because like upload, I'm getting like 1,000 down now, but I'm only getting 30 up. So I'm getting a gig down. I mean, when I test it, I only in real world applications I get about 850 down, but I'm still getting. I get between 23 and 30 up depending on the day.
Well, so, look at it this way. So we have Time Warner, right? Time Warner Cable or Spectrum. We get we're getting 100 megabytes per second for $64. Mm-hmm. That's, I mean, this thing's just gonna knock out of the water here. I hate Spectrum. There was one I was gonna say. Oh, Canon. Canon's because you just got a new camera, which are you using the webcam?
I'm using the webcam. The Canon's still over here. Okay. Honestly, like I honestly I might sell this because I'm not using it at all. So
isn't that the new one? Didn't that like come out last year or something like that?
The M50. I think it came out like 6 months ago. The M50.
I don't like that one.
I don't know. I'm just not using it. I mean, the webcam is actually doing better. And then when I did a couple of live streams. I actually did one last night at like 1 a.m. While I was at work, because at work they have 100 down and 100 up. So I actually got really like my stream looked great. It was green the whole way through, and it was an HD. It got soft in a few areas, but I had plugged in my capture PC and my Xbox One X both into the landline, plugged in directly, and I did speed test on both of them, and I was getting like 80 megabits per second up. Let's see. God. Yeah, no, it was pretty nutty, dude. So I was using the webcam, and the microphone on the webcam just seems to be working just fine. So I don't even know, and it shoots 1080p 60. So I think I might just get rid of this Canon M50. It's been sitting on my desk It's not being used. I had it all set up for streaming and just haven't used it. And I know it shuts off after like 30 minutes. So to do like a live stream.
Yeah, you would have to. I wonder if you have to get one of those on continuous power adapters. It might turn that off because you're just constantly getting the thing. You might turn it off, but I'm not sure.
I mean, definitely, it would look better, and I'd be able to like focus on me and do a little blurry background if I wanted to. I mean, I have the like green screen also, so the blurry background doesn't matter. But I could zoom in, and it would actually look better because it's like a real ass lens. But this is the webcam is just convenient. It's working, and I don't. You know, so that's one of those things.
100%. But Canon's coming out with your PowerShot G7X Mark III. So the rumor specs of this is going to be 4K with DPAF, or if you want to call it DPAF, it's dual pixel autofocusing. And Canon is like known for the autofocus because their cameras with autofocus is typically always spot on, and it's really good. And that's one of the reasons why I went with a Canon for my YouTube channel. But it's going to have a new imaging sensor, slightly larger zoom range.
The new i8 processor or something, or i8? No, that's a TV.
Yeah.
It's the new processor that's actually in this, right? And the one thing that Canon did kind of screw everybody over with is they made this the new autofocus with this only in 1080-60 and not in 4K 24 because they didn't want this little guy for $900 or whatever to rival or take business away from their bigger cameras. Can you believe that? So they intentionally made this crappier and didn't provide the new autofocus.
They know what to do. Look, big companies like that, they know exactly what to do. They know exactly what to do to get you.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I think
the next thing I want to get is 4K. I would love to go. I want to move to 4K, but I'm not really worried about it. But I definitely want to go 4K. But so I was kind of excited to see the Canon, and I think also Sony is going to show off a camera as well. They didn't really tell much here, or I'm reading of exactly what the name is going to be, but I guess they're new. And Sony, like that A7 III, is it? That's a great camera that I've heard but I just don't like. I hate that it doesn't have a flip out screen. I don't like that. You have to buy, if you're us, you know, we have to buy like an LCD little screen above it. I don't know if you have to with your GH5. I can't remember if that has a flip out or what.
It has a flip out, but where I'm like when I shoot my videos, I can't see that. So I actually use the app on the phone.
Right. Yeah, you're telling me that. Yeah.
See if I'm framed up. I can see if I'm in focus, and I can hit record or whatever, and then go from there. So it's pretty awesome. Hey, James, I said I would kill for 100. His son still complains about it being slow when he's live on Fortnite. Really? Wow. That's
Fortnite. I can't believe that game. Like, it's the same map, right? There's no new maps, but it's like literally the best game that people are playing. I don't understand it.
Thing. I know my teenager, he's always like when he was big into it, like he was trying to like, you know, be good and like, you know, play this game or whatever. And it's all like a social thing. Like they sit there and talk and talk and talk, and then like something happens, and it, you know, the game could take like 20-30 minutes, could take like an hour. It's really ridiculous, you know. So there's a lot of time like invested in that. I play a lot of first person shooters. Call of Duty, definitely my favorite. Some of them weren't as good, but yeah, like last night I was just taking it to him, man. It was hilarious. I got to call my live stream Double Kill City because I'm always just running around getting double kills. But it's just fun, you know.
I have the Call of Duty because remember I was going to start the gaming channel too as well, and I haven't had time, but I still have the. I pre-ordered the Call of Duty. I haven't even played it yet. I haven't even touched it yet. It's still sitting there. I still have to sign into it. But like, you know, I kind of get worried about it because like, I mean, it's pretty. We have two kids, 11 and 7. So I see like I think arms are getting blown off, right? In that one, doesn't like arms and feet or something like that get blown off?
There's like a explosion. Yeah, they'll jib everywhere, so you'll see your body there without legs or whatever. You know.
Yes, I kind of get worried about that.
Pretty violent. I really like I really like the way Forza Horizon 4 looked, and I even spent like $500 on a brand new steering wheel, like a force feedback wheel. I haven't even opened it, dude, because I've just been playing Call of Duty, and of course.
I was gonna say, I thought it was your first game that you started playing. Was it Forza or whatever the hell it is?
I just that was the first one on the channel because that came out first, and I played the demo and I did that video about it. Oh yeah, James, Ninja makes $300,000 per month playing Fortnite.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's it. He has 100,000 subscribers on Twitch, and to be a subscriber on Twitch, you need to pay $3 a month. Well, you pay $5 a month, but he gets $3 and some change off of that. So you just got to do the math, right? $3 times 100,000.
That per kid month is like nuts with the gaming, and he was on the front cover of ESPN, wasn't he? On one of their magazines.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like with all the endorsements and all that other stuff, he's easily probably making like $1 million a year.
Oh, I'm sure. No, well, you see what PewDiePie does? Oh my god,
$2 or $3 million a year easily. And it's all video games. I mean, the coolest thing that happened to me from video games was I used to work at a video game publisher, Vivendi Universal Games. We did a lot of stuff with like movie games, like the Ice Age game or like the Frozen game. But there was a couple of like first-person shooters like Fear and Time Shift that I worked on. And anyway, I was working on the Time Shift game, and all of a sudden, he the marketing guy's like, hey, we're going to be part of the MTV House of Hype, so I need you to, you're going to be going with me to this mansion in the Hollywood Hills. And there was this big ass mansion, and like I got to party with like all kinds of like D and C list actors, but like show them the game and like play video games with them. And that's what I got.
That is so cool.
I got paid to do, so and that was
nothing wrong with that.
That was like 2007 or something like that. So this is a long time ago, but it was like, it's been building up for quite some time.
What else are you looking forward to? Yeah, I mean, so you have Nvidia has invited you. Anyone else?
Not as of yet. Nobody else has reached out to me except for Nvidia. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to hit up all the speaker companies I can. I remember listening to a pair of speakers last year. Oh man, there was this French company. God, they sounded good. And I'm like, what's the cost of the pair? And he said $60,000, like with the straightest face you've ever seen. And I was like, oh, and I made a joke. I'm like, oh, I guess I shouldn't have bought my Audi this year then. And we all had a good laugh.
What?
Or a pair of speakers, car speakers. But no, they sounded phenomenal. Like, so I'm really curious. And that was so CES has a couple of locations, right? So there's the main location, and then there's the like satellite location at the Venetian. That's where it was, I think, all the time. So in the Venetian, they have all these like rooms, like the regular hotel room. There's like 3 or 4 floors of hotel rooms of like, company after company debuting new products. And a lot of that stuff is like home audio, home theater stuff, like amplifiers, speakers. I remember Technics had the turntable company. They had their reference system is like a $60,000 speaker system, just 2 speakers and an amplifier. They were like reference series or whatever. It was fantastic. And they had their new like $20,000 turntable on display. So,
oh my God. You didn't buy it? Come
on. No. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to spend that much money on a turntable. So like those kinds of things, definitely I'm stoked to go into those rooms. Like last year, I got in there like last minute. I only had 2 days. Thursday and Friday. And Friday, everybody was like over it, so they wanted to shut everything down early. So I kind of didn't get too much. I got a few good things. excuse me, but yeah, can't wait to see what Sony's got for their new TV lineup. And here's the thing, like they always come out with new 4K Blu-ray players, so I'm wondering if they're going to come out with new ones. Because I think these companies really just need to just make a good one and leave it alone for like 3 years and support it and make it good. You know, like they make these crappy like $200 players that are just disposable after a few years. I mean, I get it. They're going to get more money that way, but why can't they just make a good one, charge 500 for it, and then have it for last for like 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, make it work.
You know, exactly. Right. Support it. What do you think? What do you think about that?
I totally agree with you. I mean, well, first, I haven't had a Blu-ray in forever because I just, I don't even watch much TV. What I really watch is some YouTube stuff, and then I'm constantly just, you know, because with the YouTube, I'm constantly learning new stuff, but I'm always working as well with Dell, and I'm trying to figure out a way if I can work with Dell somehow with my YouTube channel. Like I'm trying to figure out who I need to get to. See if I can get some like maybe laptops or something like that where I can throw on the channel and just send it back to them. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, this like I totally agree with you, and I feel like with any company, like they constantly are rushing to get the next product out, right, and not working on it and making it good. And maybe all right, if it's not next year, maybe 2 years. All right, come on. But like, yeah, I totally agree with you.
Single year, make it good. Like a disposable player, it doesn't make any sense. You know, one of the things that even like Sony, Oppo, Panasonic, they've been doing is they've been trying to meet their release deadlines with an unfinished product and having a major feature be a firmware update. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Like, honestly, I like the whole firmware update and it's cool when things break or whatever. But back in the day when I was young, when you bought a TV, that was it. Or you bought a VCR, like that was it. Like
that was it. You never touched it. You never touched it.
Right. It was done. It was done. It was finished. It was done. There was no like, oh well, you know, one of the main features will be added next year. You know,
right? Yeah, I'm just actually thinking about that. I'm like, oh yeah. When I was little, we didn't get a new VCR or whatever. Like next year, it still worked for like 10 years.
Exactly. And you know, like I've said it before on my channel. It's like they're using it as like as a crutch. They're using that, you know, so they can meet their deadlines and really just give us a product that isn't ready for prime time just because we have to have a new player out every year or whatever the item is, you know. I mean, TVs, I would be very surprised. Like if the Chinese TV manufacturers, I'm talking TCL, Vizio, Hisense, like if they really like busted ass and got HDMI 2.1 spec in their TVs this year, I think that would be like a huge like punch in the gut to all the like, you know, the main Samsung, Sony, LG, the main big TV companies. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I totally agree. And like, so so like, if you talk a little bit about this HDMI, you know, 2.1, like, give some more feedback about it. Do you know much about it? Like anything good, you know, you share?
Yeah. So HDMI 2.1 is the new, it's what you're going to need to run 8K. So if you it has increased bandwidth, I believe it's 48 gigabits per second bandwidth. I actually made a video about it last year because we were all expecting to see some stuff for HDMI 2.1 this year, but it never happened.
Probably trying to get things working, I guess, I assume.
Well, like it'll support up to 10K resolution. It'll support 4K, I think 120 frames per second, and 8K at 60 frames per second, and 10K at like 30 frames per second or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's go on.
Oh no, El Jefe says, "What's up? What's going on, buddy? How are you doing?"
Oh, Jeff's in here.
Yeah.
Nice, we got Jeff, my boy.
And then
what
James
is up, Jeff?
James says, "But it's obsolete by the time it hits the shelves. So all they can do is try to catch up." I get what you're saying, but I mean, like, I think like us as consumers might actually have to like have a revolution, right? An electronics revolution, and be like, look, let's stop buying stuff until it's ready. Stop trying to release it until it's ready. I don't know. That's just,
and I think another thing is going to be that you're going to see is, I think, cell phones. You're going to see a lot with especially that 5G. You know, they're going to be talking about that 5G a lot, I think, at the CES. You're going to see a lot of that. And
Qualcomm's doing their thing right now, I believe.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, I was looking at that today. What were they doing? Where'd that go? I think I wrote that
they
down
have
somewhere.
a 3-day summit, the Snapdragon 8X or 8CX processor. I think it's a processor that's built from the ground up for laptops, making everything. I think I saw Andrew Edwards' story on Instagram, and he says it has 8 processor cores, and if you have 8 windows open, like for your whatever your web browser, each core handles each tab. Like what? What is that?
That's gonna be sick. That's what I'm saying. Like everything is just it's becoming so nuts with this technology. It's like it's just moving so fast, and you just can't keep up with it. By the time you purchase it and you spent so much money on this one product, you're already out of date. Like I said, like the iPads, those new iPads, you're already out of date. I guarantee they have a new one for next year. I guarantee it that they have something that's going to be better, you know, and it's a beautiful machine, but they're ready. They're ready to go.
It looks like, so we hear what I'm reading says, with 5G, your device offers ultra-fast data rates, ultra-low latency, and nearly anywhere connectivity, so you can share, watch, create, collaborate, communicate, and play like never before. And that's the new 5G by Qualcomm Snapdragon. Crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. And I think the new Samsung, I think they said the new Samsung was going to have it, and I think there was somebody else that was going to try to have the 5G as well into their phones. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly, James. A boycott. Oh yeah, here we go. I got the list here. Samsung Galaxy Note 9, Samsung Galaxy S9, Asus Zenfone 5Z, Sony Xperia XZ2, Razer Phone, LG V30, Google Pixel 2, Samsung Galaxy Note 8, Motorola Z Force, HTC U Ultra, LG G6, everything but iPhone. Interesting.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, Apple's not going to have it. They won't have it. Probably. I don't even think until. I don't know. Well, obviously, I don't think they're going to have it for next year at all. So
no. They just come out with their phone.
But you know, I've noticed, and it's just me. I think Apple is a little bit behind, but when they come out with a new product, it's always really good. You know what I mean? It's really good, and it's just flawless. And it works. It works. You know, when you hear something, you know, somebody hacked, you know, on Apple, like you barely hear anything that's, you know, anything really typically bad, which lately these, you know, past couple of months, Apple's been getting hit left and right, you know, with issues, but Apple just, they always make some really good products. And, you know, unfortunately I haven't had like a laptop, and that's why I was telling you, if I'm going to go towards building a new desktop, or when I was talking to one of my buddies, JD from JD Tech, I was telling you, he called me and we were talking back and forth, and I was explaining to him, you know, about building a new PC. He goes, man, go to Mac. I knew he was going to say Mac. He's a Mac boy. But I was like, I have considered it, but I was like, then I have to relearn a lot of stuff, especially if I use, you know, if I switch over to Final Cut Pro or anything like that.
Well, you know, you can still be in Premiere, dude. That's all.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just, I got to learn a whole new thing, but there's something about a desktop that I just love.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I mean, I switched from PC to Mac in 2001, and you know, this new PC I just got is the first one I've had since then. So, but I mean, I work on PCs at work, you know, so I know how to work Windows, whatever it is, 10 now. But you know, anything for music production or video editing, or graphics, whatever, it's just all on my Mac, you know. And of course I DJ all that stuff on my Mac because there's just no problems. You know, somebody's paying me, you know, a few $1,000s to DJ their wedding. the music can't stop, and I
Right.
don't get that. I don't have that confidence. I'm still rocking a 2012 MacBook Pro, dude.
Yeah,
DJ,
when JD says, dude, if you get like 2 years model, it doesn't even matter. That thing's still going to do great, for
Oh, yeah.
editing and stuff like that. I was just thinking, if I build my PC, if something breaks, I can swap it out with something new. If it's a graphics card, I can throw something better in at it. You know what I mean? Like I have that. I can just throw something at it and it'll take it, And and also James says, my son just told me that Ninja won't show at an event unless they pay him at least $100,000 a day. What? He's just throwing dollar bills and just tons.
Well, I mean, I just said it's all about time because, he could be, instead of let's say he's invited to an event, let's say there's one day of traveling, the event, and another day of traveling. That's 3 days that he's not streaming. Right. So it's all about time and how much is his time worth. So if 3 days is worth $100,000, sure. I mean, that's still expensive, but DJs get paid $100,000, $250,000 for an hour or two of DJing. Like,
wow,
that's like retarded. Like, that's just crazy if you think about it.
That is crazy. I mean, but he is a good gamer. He's a really good gamer. It's just whoever gets there first at the gaming, and obviously he did, and he's just really good. And there's a lot of other good gamers I watch. One of my good friends, well, not my friends, I want to meet him. His name's Yub, or that's his channel, Yub. He's really good because I know you're a gamer. Check him out. He's awesome. But yeah, but it's now at the CES, do they do much of gaming when you go there? Like much game systems or?
I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's VR, a whole VR, VR area. I remember seeing DJI because it's really easy to see because they're like enclosed, so they can fly drones around in the building. So they're all
until somebody gets hit. I'm waiting for somebody to get hit.
No, you can't like fly drones inside the area.
Take a drone to the head.
And there's just a lot, dude. There's just a lot. Like any kind of tech that's coming out, tiny companies have tons and tons of products that they're all trying to debut. I remember there's this one Tribit or something like that. It's this Chinese company. They sent me some stuff last year to review, and I was just like, they sent me some more stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. I'm going to CES, so I don't know if I can get your video out. And they're like, oh, we have a booth there. Why don't you swing by? So I swung by, and then they gave me more like stuff. And like in that whole area, just a bunch of Chinese companies with a bunch of the same products, like Bluetooth headphones under $20, $30, regular headphones for like $15, backpacks, power bricks, all kinds of power bricks, power banks. I mean, all kinds of stuff, dude. So there's just imagine anything tech, like even like USB cables. There's probably like 10 companies at CES putting that stuff, they're there.
Are you into USB? Well, take one of these.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a new USB-C that you've got to check out. Like
what? Now, dude? Take that.
I mean,
I'm excited to see if DJI shows anything. I mean, I know they do their event down in New York City, towards the end of the year.
They just released that Osmo Pocket. That thing looks awesome. I want to grab it.
It looks great.
But I have to save
I was going back and forth on that.
I mean, like I know, like I'm still doing a whole lot of stuff, and if I can, I would probably start putting videos up on my private channel, but my personal channel, talking about like vlogs and stuff, and or just stuff on how to like build your YouTube or what do you do with YouTube, but put that on my personal channel instead of my regular Techno Dad channel, because that would just mix up my audience too much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. So I was thinking about getting the Osmo Pocket down, maybe in like February, just to like check it out, and of course get some, views and get a ranked video, hopefully.
James over here says drone wars. Yes. Yeah, I know, right? What if they do like the whole, the drone racing through the CES and just going through and just wham, somebody gets hit right in the head. Have you ever watched those things? Just cruise and how they Have you watched those drone like racing? It's
Yeah,
nuts.
like they're super fast. Like I have no idea how like you're not like convulsing afterward or getting like nauseous, dude, if you're flying that thing, especially like with those goggles and they're just seeing what the drone is seeing. Like what? I don't know.
Yeah, how do you not get motion sickness in that thing?
No idea.
I'd get dizzy if I could.
No idea. I mean, that's just one of those things. But yeah, so DJI will definitely be there. It's just pretty much anyone in the tech business is going to be there. Like I'm looking at trying to build a NOS because everybody wants me to try and set up a network attached storage device. So, you know, I would want to go to Western Digital and QNAP and talk to people there about it. And, you know, meet some marketing people that can send me the stuff for free so that I can get it going because the setup I'm looking at is like $1,500. You know, like
oh yeah, they're definitely well, at one point I had like an old PC and I turned it into like a home NAS a little bit. Like I just bought an extra drive, but what kind of sucks with that is the processor and stuff like that. But yeah, those awesome. You get the devices where you can put like 3 or 4 drives in or whatever, but they're also they're protected. So if one fails, it just goes over the other one. You just replace that drive, and you're always good to go.
Yeah. That's a RAID 5. Oh, and I'll announce it here to the 5 or 6 people here watching. So the reason I wanted to get into network attached storage, not because just my viewers wanted me to make that, but I finally, after like wasting money on a bunch of different Blu-ray drives, finally got the right Blu-ray drive to rip my 4K discs. So I can get a full 1-to-1 copy of my purchased disc for backup so I can set it up in a Plex server for my house.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to.
And definitely
want to do a NAS one.
That's not some easy shit. It's very complicated. I wasted like $300-400 on different drives and returning them and not getting all my money back, and it's fucked up. But finally, got the one drive that works.
Oh my god, that's nuts! And that's the only way you learn from it. It's just like you do one thing, and then you're like, well, could have done this. It'd been a lot easier and cheaper. I do it all the time, all the time. Yeah. Well, here you go. These right here, Microsoft Surface headphones. Yeah, just go get the Bose Comfort 35 2s. Better, just do that. But you learn.
Yeah. Return or sell or do whatever you can to get that stuff away and get the new thing or get some. Try a new product. I do that stuff with my music equipment all the time. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But finally, I got that, and like these movies, like the full 4K, they come out 4K HDR, Dolby Atmos audio, and they're like 60 to 90 gigabytes each per movie. And that's just a movie. That's not like the entire disc. That's just the movie. No extras, nothing like that.
It's nuts. Like everything's getting more space. But what's funny is that everything they put like hard drives and stuff like that are getting cheaper though. Have you noticed that? Like a lot of like even SSDs, like external SSDs, when they first came out, they were expensive, but now memory is cheap, and that's all basically SSD is. Like they're not bad at price anymore. Those solid state drive, hard drives that you can put in your computer, they're not that bad. They're actually pretty reasonable on most of them, man. And now everything's taking up a lot of space. So I'm, kind of curious what's going to be the next big thing or expensive thing here. Well, it's kind of those little card slot ones where they call them the E something. What are they?
Are they called? The NVMe 2?
Yes. Yeah, those. Those. Yeah, there's little slots that go in. Yeah, and your computer that you just built, what do you have? Intel or AMD?
Intel i7 8700 or 7800K. I got an NVMe 2 250 gigabyte SSD, then I got a 1 terabyte SSD, and then I got a 3 terabyte spinner for So the 1 terabyte SSD is for actually capturing 4K 60 content, and then the 3 terabyte is just storage until I get it off that computer and then onto my Mac where I edit it. But to do that, I have like a little 4 terabyte drive, like Western Digital. My passport's $99, and that's I just got a drive dock, which allows me to actually put in a bare internal drive.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You could take like an actual like hard drive and stick it into like a little docking station. You put it up,
Yeah,
and it goes right in. It's yeah, yeah. I think I had one of those because just in case if say your motherboard dies or something like that, you need to get that stuff off that hard drive. You can plug it into that thing and get the files off of it. Yeah, because I was going to tell you that AMD at the CES is going to show off their third generations of the Ryzen or Ryzen, wherever it is, processors,
Ryzen,
and also new graphics cards too that I guess they're trying to do as well. So I would probably try to swing over there to AMD.
Yeah, maybe
So
I'll with some footage, because like honestly, like a lot of this stuff may work for me or may not, you know, because there's just a bunch of tech stuff, but definitely AMD Ryzen chips and graphics cards. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's all about just what's there, and there's gonna be a ton of stuff there that I won't even get to. You know what I mean?
yeah, it has to be so big that you can't get to it. You get to them all. And now, do they come to New York City? Does the CS do New York City as well?
No, I don't think so. I think it's the largest electronics show in the United States, and it just stays there. I know IFA or something like that is the one in Europe, which is in the summertime. But yeah, I don't think it goes to New York.
I wasn't sure if they do like kind of like a, something during, I don't know, the summertime or maybe spring or something like that, where they go on the East Coast or something like that, which I think would be a pretty smart idea, to be honest with you. Like if you did it on the West Coast, people that can't get to it, if you do it on the East Coast, they would actually probably would make more money, to be honest with you, but don't they do like a live thing as well when you, for the Las Vegas, like for people, like say for me at home, I can watch it or something like that?
I don't know. Oh, well, I know like everybody like has when like everybody has press conferences. Like Sony will have a press conference, Samsung, LG talking about all their new products. They go through their like home automation stuff. They go through their home entertainment stuff. Then they go through their like home appliances and washers and dryers and whatever, ranges and fridges and all that kind of stuff. So they kind of cover all that stuff in like a three, like, no, it's like an hour long, maybe 30 to hour long like press conference where they just debut all that stuff and people post it on YouTube. That's how I like.
Oh, gotcha.
So if
Are
you
you
just
gonna do like a live thing?
no, probably not, because there's just gonna be it's overwhelming. Last year there were like 180,000 attendees there. So there's just a lot going on. So we just have to kind of figure out where everything cool is at, and then just kind of see, it's like I go over to Sony and be like, okay, this is new, this is new, this is new. Okay, what do I want to cover? Like that's kind of like, what do I have time to cover? Because then we have to go to LG and do the same thing, and then go to Samsung and do the same thing. And dude, it's not easy to get in there, man. It's like an hour just to get in because there's just the sheer amount of people,
Then because now everything is not safe anymore, you probably have to go through a lot of like security stuff just to walk through.
Yeah, they you have to have a picture on your badge and all that kind of stuff. And I still have to get my credentials, which I'm hoping to square up in the next, like, by the beginning of next week. And I need to get my cameraman registered and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff I'm planning, and hopefully I have enough money to eat while I'm there. So everything's just kind of, I'm just working on everything. Just working on everything, trying to get it right,
Where was it? Oh, Samsung could debut the notebook computer with 4K OLED panel. What do you think about that?
Samsung's putting an OLED panel in a laptop.
That's what the rumor is.
Oh my goodness. Oh
That
my
would
goodness.
be
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I wonder how much that laptop's going to be. And what it's going to be running.
I don't know. Like it's just really weird how like the prices just get crazier and crazier. I mean, but it's funny that Samsung would go OLED on that screen, because they just don't, they don't like OLED for TV, but they put AMOLED in their cell phones. So it's kind of weird. Like they think that they can come up with a better technology. Micro LED is what they've come up with, and that will be the OLED killer, but it's not ready for consumer applications just yet. It's all like ginormous TV walls, that kind.
Yeah, they had that up last year, right? They had a huge wall of a huge TV, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like a 22 or 23 foot screen. Sony came out with their version. It's called Crystal LED. They debuted that in September. Then LG also mentioned it, but I don't think they. Oh no, they did debut it at IFA in Europe. So I'll probably see that at CES as well. So a lot of cool stuff. It's just stuff that we probably won't even afford or see like for another like 2 or 3 or 5 years.
Oh yeah, no, it's going to take, by the time you purchase it, it's like I said, you're going to be 2 years already out of the date of, and you're going to want the next big thing. So it's like, because I was trying to, I can't remember what the next thing I was going to tell you, but I don't even remember who it was because we were just talking about it. Now I can't remember. Oh, because I think Asus is coming out with a new laptop. Where'd it go? Asus, they're coming out with like a new Chromebook, I guess. Now it's a new Chrome OS tablet. That's what they're going to be rumored. I guess let's see here. So that might be nice. You know what? I'm not really a big fan of like the Chromebooks. I've never really been a huge fan of them. I don't know. I don't know if you ever used one, but
no,
it's not. Don't worry, you're not missing much. I don't think. I don't know if any of you guys here, any of the viewers here, have ever touched one, used one, or have one. If you do, let me know. But yeah, they're supposed to come out with a new Chromebook or tablet there, and I'm just like, I'm good.
Oh.
What are we running at? How long here?
We're at an hour 15, dude. I got a jet.
Yes, I would say I think that's long enough here. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, we're gonna be doing this every month. Every month we're gonna do this. I think maybe towards the beginning of the month, hopefully. But definitely subscribe to our channels. We're very appreciate that you guys have joined us. Hope you guys had some fun. And definitely like next, throw us some questions. We want to interact with you guys. We want to get to know you guys. We're very, appreciated that you guys join us and come watch us and everything. Like I said, we're gonna do this once a month so far. Ideas of what we're going to be reviewing, what we're going to be coming out with, have some fun and everything. So for me, I appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out with us.
Yeah.
What about you, Channa?
If there's anything like you guys want us to talk about, definitely hit me up on my Twitter, Techno Dad at Techno Dad _, and I think it's just at Packed Review for Brody's.
Yeah.
And hit us up with questions. You guys can also email me technodad55@gmail.com. And I'm pretty excited. Less than just about a month away from CES, and I'm trying to gear up and trying to make sure I have enough hard drive space to bring with me just in case I shoot too much B-roll. I don't know.
You can't have enough B-roll. I was about to make one of those, I don't know if the GIF, whatever they called. You remember when he did, it was Saturday Night Live, the more cowbell. He goes, I have a fever. It's more cowbell.
You
I was
need
gonna
more
do it,
cowbell.
and I was gonna do instead of
You need
cowbell,
more
I was gonna
B-roll.
put B-roll. So yeah, yeah, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna send you some of my business cards to hand out if you think you see anything good for me.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, guys, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we'll.
Yep. Thanks, James, El Jefe. Who else was in here in the comments?
I think it was pretty much it so far.
I think.
Oh yeah, Direct. Yep.
Cool.
Nice. All right, guys. Thank you guys again. We will see you guys on the next one next month of January. Hope you guys have a great Christmas too. Christmas coming up.
Oh yeah.
So hope you guys have a good and a safe one. Enjoy it with your loved ones.
Yeah.
We will see you guys next time.
Peace.
See you guys.